Hey guys, welcome to my channel Miss Recap. In ancient Kahndaq, Teth Adam was bestowed the almighty powers of the gods. After using these powers for vengeance, he was imprisoned, becoming Black Adam. Nearly 5,000 years have passed, and Black Adam has gone from man to myth to legend. Now free, his unique form of justice, born out of rage, is challenged by modern-day heroes who form the Justice Society: Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher and Cyclone. The film starts in the land of Kahndaq in 2600 BC. While the land thrived for centuries, things changed when the tyrannical king Kahndaq took over and enslaved his people to mine a powerful material called ytternium. Kahndaq created the crown of Sebak in the hopes of achieving the power of a monstrous demon. Later, an elder man finds ytternium and is hounded for it by other slaves in hopes of being rewarded by the king. A boy helps the man get free and delivers the ytternium to one of the king's soldiers. Instead of a reward, the elder man is stabbed and thrown off a cliff. The boy's father pulls him away and urges him not to try and be a hero. After that, the boy then grabs the ytternium from the soldier and runs off with it, but is eventually caught and sentenced to death. When he is about to be executed, his body vanishes as he appears before the Council of Wizards, who choose the boy as their champion and give him the powers of Shazam. However, the legend states that the champion confronted Kahndaq and destroyed him and his palace before vanishing forever. In the present day, Kahndaq has fallen under the rule of a mercenary team called Intergang. We learn they are currently looking for a fugitive named Adriana Tomaz, but she passes through a security checkpoint with her brother Kareem, plus companions Samir and Ishmael Gregor. Then, the team arrives at a cave where Adriana hopes to find the crown of Sebak for research purposes. While Kareem is waiting in the van, Samir's body falls off a cliff. Moreover, Intergang mercs show up and hold the other three at gunpoint after Adriana manages to acquire the crown. So, the lead merc holds a gun to her head and forces her to give up the crown, but Adriana begins to read the inscription in the cave, awakening Kahndaq's supposed champion, Teth Adam. The mercs try to attack Adam but are swiftly torn apart one by one. The cave begins to collapse with Ishmael supposedly perishing. Adriana escapes with Kareem, but they are found by Adam, who proceeds to slaughter more mercs in choppers and tanks. As he approaches their van, a rocket made of ytternium is fired at Adam, wounding him when it explodes. He tries to fly away but falls and is taken in by Adriana. We saw that Ishmael turns out to be alive, as he is leading Intergang and wanted to get the crown for himself. He tells the other agents to locate Adriana. Meanwhile, superhero Carter Hawkman speaks to Amanda Waller about Adam's awakening and the chaos he left behind. Later, she enlists him to gather his team, the Justice Society of America, Maxine Cyclone, who can control wind and sound, Atom Smasher, who has a suit that can make him grow, which he inherited from his uncle, and Kent Dr. Fate, who wears a helmet that chose him and gives him powers of sorcery. Eventually, they fly off to Kahndaq to bring Adam to Waller. While touching the helmet, Fate sees a vision of destruction and what appears to be Hawkman being killed. Then we see, Adam wakes up in the bedroom of Adriana's son Eamon, who is obsessed with superheroes and is excited to meet the champion of Kahndaq. Adam walks through the wall and formally meets Adriana and Kareem, who explains how the citizens see him as a hero and protector, although Adam says he is no hero. Later, Adam flies into the city and sees a statue of the champion. Eamon gets some Intergang mercs to follow him to get Adam's attention. It works, and Adam begins to lay into the mercs, which in turn gets the attention of the Justice Society. Then we see, Hawkman and Fate exit their jet to save two mercs that Adam dropped before they go after him. Adam battles the two before Cyclone and Smasher enter the picture. Despite their efforts, Adriana confronts the Justice Society and tells them that none of them bothered to help Kahndaq the whole time that Intergang was taking over, and Adam is the first person to give the mercs what they deserve, but Hawkman doesn't think they need to be killed to be brought to justice. After that, Adriana finds Adam and speaks to him over what she has learned from the Justice Society regarding Adam's true story. However, Adam's confrontation with Kahndaq was said to be out of revenge, and when he unleashed his power to kill the king, it went out of control and destroyed not only Kahndaq and his forces, but a large part of Kahndaq. Then, the wizards imprisoned Adam in the cave where Adriana found him. The Justice Society show up in an attempt to bring Adam in, but he flies away after Adriana asks him to protect Eamon. Then we see, Ishmael gets to Adriana's apartment and aims his gun at Eamon and Kareem since he knows they have the crown. Kareem fights Ishmael long enough for Ayman to try and get away, but Kareem is shot. After that, the Intergang mercs go after Ayman until Adam shows up to deliver another beatdown. Ishmael grabs Ayman and flies away on a hoverbike. Adam goes after them, along with the Justice Society. Unfortunately, Ishmael escapes. After a moment, everyone regroups at the apartment, where Fate has tended to Kareem's wound. Fate also tells Adriana not to blame herself for Intergang killing her husband. The team gathers 2 mercs in an attempt to interrogate them for information, but Adam tries to threaten them for info. One of them says that Ishmael is headed to a mine. Adam and Hawkman get into a fight after disagreeing over their methods of handling business, trashing their way through the apartment until they find the crown hidden in Amon's room. On their way to the mine, Adriana and Cyclone try to decipher the writing on the crown. Adriana originally interpreted it as life is the only path to death, but it turns out that she was reading it upside down and that the phrase is death is the only path to life. Kent then tells Carter about his vision, but expresses hope that there is a way to change his future. Upon arriving at the mine, Adam proceeds to mow down more mercs before they find Ishmael and Ayman, the former having been counting on Adam showing up with the crown. And for that, Adriana is forced to give it up for Amon's life, but Ishmael attempts to shoot the boy anyway before donning the crown. Adam manages to fly fast enough to catch the bullet, but his powers explode, frying Ishmael to a crisp, but Hawkman protects Adriana with his wings, Fate shields Ayman, and Smasher saves Cyclone from the blast. After seeing the extent of his destruction and causing Ayman to be wounded, Adam tries to fly away. He is found by Hawkman and forced to divulge his backstory after Ishmael had mentioned the name Haru. Adam explains that Haru was the one chosen to be the Wizards champion, but after his parents were attacked by Kahndaq's assassins, with Adam's wife being killed, Haru gave Adam his powers to save his life. Sadly, the assassins hit Haru with an arrow, causing Adam to become enraged and go after Kahndaq with no mercy. Realizing he brings more devastation than protection, Adam says, "Shazam," and gives up his powers, willingly allowing the Justice Society to bring him in. After a moment, Adam is brought in by Amelia Harcourt while the Justice Society tends to Ayman and prepares to bring him and Adriana home. However, Ishmael is in hell and is found by the demons that name him as their champion and turn him into Sabak. He emerges as a large red-horned demon and proceeds to rise an army from hell to terrorize Kahndaq. Later, the Justice Society tries to fight but is easily outmatched. Ayman rounds up the citizens to fight back with him, plus Adriana and Kareem, while the superheroes arrive at the ruins of Kahndaq's palace. So, Fate shields Hawkman, Cyclone, and Smasher from entering, as he realizes this is how he can save Hawkman from dying. Then, Fate battles Sabak but uses his powers to contact Adam and get him to wake up and emerge from his pod. He tries to swim out but falls unconscious. Later, Adam sees a vision of his wife and Haru greeting him, as he believes he is ready to rejoin them. Haru then tells Adam that it is not his time. Adam manages to make it to the surface and says, "Shazam," to get his powers back. After that, he flies back to Kahndaq, where he sees Sabak kill Fate. Hawkman, Cyclone, and Smasher make their way in to fight. Then, Sabak appears to impale Hawkman as he died in Fate's vision, but he has used Fate's helmet to create illusions of himself to trick Sabak. Later, with Hawkman's approval, Adam taps into his killer instincts to fight Sabak, ending with him grabbing the villain by his horns and splitting him in two, which also causes the undead to be wiped out. Later we saw that Adam parts ways with the Justice Society, while the people of Kahndaq chant, "Long lives the champion." Adam chooses to destroy Kahndaq's throne, vowing to be the protector of Kahndaq. Eventually, he also tells Adriana that Teth Adam is too old-fashioned and that he will now be known as Black Adam. Later in a scene, Adam is found by a drone sent by Waller. She tells him to stay in line, or she will send forces after him. There, Adam challenges her to do so, and then blows up the drone. From the smoke, a figure descends from the sky. He approaches Adam and tells him they need to talk. He steps out from the smoke, revealing none other than the last son of Krypton, Superman. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notification so you can watch more videos like this.